Hello friends, in this video we'll be taking a look at the autosomal DNA results and predicted phenotype and predicted traits of a medieval North Caucasian from Anapa. We'll be looking at Anapa10 in this video. This is a man. His mitochondrial DNA is J1C, so he's one of the people with J1C in this group, and his Y DNA is actually RCTS3402. That doesn't tell me much. I don't know what kind of subclade that is. It does. What? Wait, what? That's R1A? Okay, so this individual has R1A. Okay, that's interesting. I thought that was R1B. Alright, so he's got his Y DNA is R1A, alright. And when it comes to the predicted phenotype, let's move on to NOSHACOT results. For the predicted phenotype, he's got blonde hair. Snub-shaped nose, very high likelihood of snub-shaped nose for him. Very different from Anapa10, which had like a 97% likelihood of Greek-shaped nose. He's got green eyes. Actually, it looks like green or blue with an amber center for the eye color prediction. The reason his eyes are so light is actually because he has BH3, he has blue eye haplotype 3, and blue eye haplotype 2, and blue eye haplotype 1. He has the whole package. Very Nordic in terms of his OCA2 and HERC2 genotype. I think with the trait predictor, we're going to see very blue eyes for the OCA2 and HERC2 eye color panel. He has light skin, and actually what's interesting about his genome is that he has heterozygous genotype here, and he has heterozygous genotype here in SLC45A2. So I think that the prediction for skin color for him might be a little bit more exotic. There might be a little bit of intermediate or olive skin in the result. It's not going to be 100% pale. Well, let's see for the for kind of what he might look like. This is kind of a picture I cooked up right here. It's not artificial intelligence generated. I just looked up a guy with green eyes, and this is what I got. I think this might look similar to what this individual looked like. For the predicted eye color with the web version, this is it. Now we're gonna go ahead and check out the predicted eye color for OCA2 and HERC2. So this is only taking into account the OCA2 and HERC2 genotype, and as I've said, this is blue, very high likelihood of blue eyes. But if we take into account everything else, and this is what NOSHACOT does, we're gonna see probably a different number. So with NOSHACOT, the number is indeed a little bit different. We see green eyes. The highest percentage here is green. We see that he looks like dark blonde hair. And we see intermediate or olive skin. It's pretty much exactly as I predicted. Just pretty much, yeah, that's what I was expecting to see here. So he's got olive skin, dark blonde hair, and green eyes for the eye color predictor. This is kind of the image that it generates for me. Alright. What about his polygenic risk scores? For the polygenic risk scores, he's scoring, it looks like above average, slightly above average score for schizophrenia, very low score for type 2 diabetes, and slightly above average score for Alzheimer's. Let's find out why such a low score for type 2 diabetes and why such a high score for Alzheimer's. So he has GG genotype in this variation of MAOA, which means warrior genotype in MAOA. Less dopamine in the system, decrease in dopamine levels, okay. He's got TT here, which leads to lower order schizophrenia. Once again, that's a very I already saw. I'm not sure what the order of uploads here is, but there is another individual from Anapa, another North Caucasian from Anapa, who has the same exact genotype here, and it's the woman. That's the Anapa9 woman, right? So that's kind of interesting that two people at this point from this group have this quite uncommon genotype in DRD2. Alright, and he does not have long form 5-HT-TLPR, once again short form 5-HT-TLPR, so slightly higher odds of depression, does not carry the European lactose persistence mutation. He has two variants for lower levels of MP in this variation of OXTR, but this is not a particularly important variation. When it comes to diabetes, I was going to find out why he has such a low score for type 2 diabetes, and I can't exactly find that out from the information that's on the screen because a lot more variants that are not on the screen are playing a part in the result. But just from looking at the screen, the stuff that's on the screen, it looks like there's lower risk of type 2 diabetes here, lower risk of type 2 diabetes here, sevenfold decrease in the risk of type 1 diabetes. That does not contribute to the type 2 diabetes score, but also does not have type 1 diabetes. And it just looks like overall this individual doesn't really have any genotypes for increased odds of type 2 diabetes. Alright, does not carry any risk variance for hemochromatosis. Does not have the G allele here for myopia, which would greatly decrease the risk of myopia. In his case, he doesn't have it. For Alzheimer's, he had a pretty high score for Alzheimer's, so this is probably because of this and this. These two genotypes contribute to a higher score for Alzheimer's. He does not have any risk variance in APOE, which is kind of the important gene here. So no micro P, you know what that is. I'm not going to spell it out for you. Better performing muscles, likely sprinter rather than endurance athlete. No fat gene variance in FTOs for RS99, 39, 609, not obese. No East Asian EDAR. Okay, wait. Well, look at this. Okay, so this is not the typical variation in EDAR, but this is in ADAR, and it also correlates to East Asian facial traits. So his genotype here is actually quite exotic for somebody from the Caucasus, and it leads to likely some East Asian facial traits, most likely non-European ethnic background. This is also in ADAR, by the way. So yeah, he does have some, it looks like he does have some East Asian facial traits, and this might be the reason, this might be one of the contributors to his score for snub-shaped nose, actually. Alright, he's got greater odds of cannabis-induced psychosis. For albinism, does he carry any? Nope, he doesn't carry any atypical traits. No albinism, no cleft lip, no Melanesian blonde hair. And for familiar Mediterranean fever, he does not seem to have any risk variance for that. He has normal homocysteine levels and no problems with generating folic acid. Alright. And this is the eye color stuff. So he does have blue eye haplotype 3, as I've said previously. He also has blue eye haplotype 2. He also has blue eye haplotype 1. He's got the whole package, basically. Very light color individual. We're going to check out his ethnic calculator results. Not with GZ match, not with G25, with my own ethnicity calculator. There's 470 SNPs that went into this calculation right here. We're going to go ahead and copy this material, and we're going to put it into source. I want to make sure I'm copying it. We're going to put this into source. You can plug that into Wahaduo. You can use my calculator through Wahaduo. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put that into target, and he seems to be closest to Chimera mercenaries from Kafkaz, which are not exactly the same as Anapa. This is different, but Anapa comes at number 4. Anapa comes at place number 4, followed by Chimera. It's Jews from Erfurt, followed by Bactrians from Tajikistan. So he's overall quite Caucasian in terms of ethnicity. We're going to go ahead and do this. So for the mixed mode oracle, he's getting modeled as a mixture of Izyaslav and Ingvaryevich. I can't even pronounce that. It's not a Russian name. It's like Izyaslav is a Russian name, but Ingvaryevich is definitely foreign to us. Turk, which is 2 individuals from Turkey. Tafarat, Sri Lankan, kind of a clustered result. What about, it's really like all over the place. So we're gonna go ahead and reduce that to maybe 4. Alright, still all over the place. How about we set distance column to 0.5? Yeah, still kind of really clustered. Looks like Izyaslav Ingvaryevich plus Tafarat plus Sri Lankan is the model here. What about this? Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, this is better, right? So I got it to work better. So with this model, it's 64.6% Chimera mercenary from the Caucasus, plus 35.4% Kafkaz medieval Anapa, which this individual actually is a part of the reference group for that, for Kafkaz medieval Anapans. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Thanks for watching my video until the end. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. You can download this sample in 23andMe format. You can upload them to GZMatch if you want to. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.